Two breaking stories just rocked Kansas City, and the third one? It completely caught everyone off guard. A rookie might be on the verge of earning a role nobody expected, while a major analyst is raising a big question. Is the Chiefs' dynasty nearing its end? And to make things even more intense, a new update on Rashee Rice has fans and coaches on edge. The mood? Full of tension and high expectations. If you're a true Chiefs fan, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Let's get into it. All right, let AS talk about Noel Williams, the Chiefs' rookie corner who might be cooking up more than just backup reps this season. Now, if you only glanced at the box score from Kansas City's first preseason game, you probably didn't catch what really went down. But if you actually sat down and watched this kid play, you saw something special. Like, hey, this guy might be more than just depth kind of special. Coming into camp, there was already some buzz around Williams. Folks were hyped about his energy, his physical style of play, and the edge he could bring to the secondary. And after just one preseason showing, it's looking like the third-round pick might be ready to do a whole lot more than sit and learn. Williams came out swinging, showing off the traits that defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo absolutely drools over. Strong tackling, tight coverage, and that gritty ability to fight for the ball at the catch point. And the hype isn't just coming from Chiefs fans with red and gold goggles on. NFL.com's Chad Reuter handed out rookie grades after week 1 of the preseason, and Williams walked away with a slick A grade. Reuter highlighted a red zone fade where Williams straight up snatched the ball away from the receiver, saying he looked locked in on zone assignments and tackled with purpose, ripping off blocks and making stops, including one behind the line. Now, let's be real. It's only one preseason game. But isn't it way more promising to see a rookie flash like this early, rather than needing a learning curve excuse? Williams looked like he belonged, and that's a big deal. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The Chiefs' cornerback situation isn't exactly bulletproof. Jalen Watson's dealing with a concussion, and Christian Fulton, well, his injury history reads more like a medical chart than a stat sheet. So if Williams keeps stacking solid performances, he could slide right into that rotation, and not just as an emergency fill-in. We're talking real snaps in real games. Plus, he's got Spags in his corner. If there's one guy who knows how to get the most out of his defenders, it's Steve Spagnuolo. He's turned mid-round picks and unheralded guys into legit playmakers. So if Williams keeps absorbing the playbook and attacking like he did in that preseason debut, he could end up being the next breakout stud in KC's secondary. But if you thought the rookie buzz was wild, hold on. A bold take on the future of the Chiefs dynasty just dropped, and it's shaking up the NFL. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, it is time to talk about something that has been buzzing in the NFL echo chamber lately. Is the Kansas City dynasty on its last legs, or are they just reloading for another run? Depending on who you ask, the takes are flying. But one analyst in particular decided to throw his hat in the ring, and it's stirring the pot. Now let us be clear, the Chiefs aren't a team coming into 2025 looking to contend. They're not interested in playoff appearances or moral victories. This squad plays for Lombardis, period. If it's not another Super Bowl, the season's a bust in their eyes. That mindset's been carved into the locker room walls ever since Mahomes and Reid teamed up to create football's most dangerous duo. But despite their elite DNA, there's been a lot of chatter this offseason suggesting the run might be slowing down. Losing Super Bowl LIX to the Eagles in brutal fashion didn't help quiet that noise either. Kansas City got punched in the mouth in that game and never really recovered. It was a rare moment where they looked outmatched, and you better believe they've had to sit with that taste in their mouth all offseason. That said, betting against the Chiefs usually ages about as well as milk. Every time folks start counting them out, they find a way to reload, recalibrate, and wreck the league all over again. And this offseason, no different. They've patched up some weak spots, made moves to avoid a repeat of last year's issues, and they've still got 15 under center. As long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy and throwing lasers, Kansas City's got a shot. But then there's Colin Cowherd, who chimed in with a take that's somewhere between respectful realism and subtle doom and gloom. On the herd, he admitted that saying the dynasty is over doesn't mean the Chiefs won, to still be great or even reach another Super Bowl. His point? The days of dominating might be on the clock. He pointed to Mahomes' rising price tag, Travis Kelce probably entering his last season, Chris Jones aging, and Andy Reid being 67, implying that the clock might be ticking on all the key figures that built this monster. And you know what? He is not wrong about one thing. Windows in the NFL don't stay open forever. Kelce won't play until he's 50, and even Mahomes, alien that he is, will eventually hit a cap with what he can carry alone. But right now, that window is still wide enough for another banner, and the Chiefs are still the team nobody wants to face in January. So sure, maybe the dynasty's closer to the back nine than the front, but writing Kansas City off now is like calling a fight in the 6th round when the champ's still standing in the middle of the ring, gloves up, and a fire in his eyes. And as if the dynasty talk wasn't enough, Rashee Rice's situation just took a twist that could impact the entire season's game plan. Man, the Rashee Rice roller coaster just keeps on twisting, and now the Chiefs are bracing for another bump in the road. What was supposed to be his breakout sophomore season is starting to look like another waiting game, and this time, it's the NFL dropping the hammer. Here is the deal. After a rookie year where Rice basically turned into Mahomes' go-to target, things unraveled fast. First came that brutal 6-car crash back in March 2024. Rice was charged with multiple felonies for speeding and causing the wreck. Then, as if the legal mess wasn't enough, he suffered a season-ending knee injury not long after. So, yeah, not exactly how you draw up year 2 in the league. Now that the court system has had its say, the NFL's stepping in. According to Adam Schefter, Rice is set to meet with the league on September 30th to find out how long he's going to be suspended. And here's where it gets dicey. The Chiefs had been bracing for a 4-6 game ban, but this hearing is happening after Week 4. That means KC might have him on the field early in the season, only to lose him right when things start heating up. It's a weird spot. On one hand, it's a short-term boost having Rice around for the opening stretch, but on the other, it could be a killer to lose your top receiver in the middle of the season, especially if you're trying to hit your stride before the playoff push. Mahomes will have to lean more on Xavier Worthy, the electric second-year receiver, and of course, hope that Travis Kelce's still got some vintage magic left in those legs. But here's the silver lining, and it's actually kind of spicy. If Rice does get suspended mid-season, he'll be fresh, body rested, legs under him, mind locked in for the back half of the year. And for a team that basically lives in the playoffs every January, having a top-tier weapon with fresh legs when everyone else is banged up, that's a rare and dangerous luxury. Still, it's not ideal. Losing Rice at all stings. But if there's one team that knows how to handle adversity, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. They've been through crazier storms, and as long as not a 15 is slinging it, they've got a shot. A rookie breaking out, questions swirling around Mahomes' era, and the Rice saga getting messier. Being a Chiefs fan isn't for the faint of heart. Subscribe to the channel and stay locked in for everything coming next.